Hi, I'm James here at the Babe Ruth Museum with another edition of How About That? It's impossible to imagine our modern sports world without agents. They manage everything from contracts to sponsorships so the athletes can focus on the game. But just a century ago, a player having an agent was unheard of. The first baseball player to have an agent? Babe Ruth. And his agent, the first in professional sports history, was a former cartoonist named Christy Walsh. This is his story. Born in 1891, Walsh was an entrepreneurial spirit looking for his big break when he got his chance with Ruth prior to the 1921 season. He paid off a delivery boy, met Ruth, and offered a deal to him. The year prior, Ruth had been paid $270 to write about each of his 54 home runs. Walsh wanted Ruth to lend his name to his ghostwriting business, paying him $500, and he wouldn't even have to do any work. That was too good of a deal for the Babe to pass up, and the two met just a few days later to finalize it. Walsh was so confident that the deal would be a success that he gave Ruth a $1,000 check before any of the articles were even published. After the agreement proved profitable for both sides, the two decided to expand their partnership. Soon, Walsh was managing everything for Ruth, from sponsorships to exhibition games and vaudeville tours, and even his finances. Later, Walsh moved into managing other famous baseball players, including John McGraw, Walter Johnson, Ty Cobb, and Lou Gehrig. His ghostwriting business expanded even further into other sports as well as into mainstream celebrities. But no matter how successful his syndicate business got, Walsh was always there for his biggest client, the Babe. Despite getting along well on the business side of things, the Babe and Walsh were two very opposite people. Ruth was a large, jolly man, while Walsh was a small, not especially jovial man. Ruth enjoyed drink, while Walsh was a teetotaler. And Ruth threw his money around with little regard, while Walsh was very careful with his finances. Thanks to Walsh's smart investments, the Ruth family actually made money during the Great Depression. Although more agents came after Walsh, owners often refused to negotiate contracts with them until after Curt Flood challenged the reserve clause in the early 1970s. Nowadays, agents are all over the sports world, and they can all trace their roots back to Christy Walsh. How about that?